Well, hello everyone. I'm Ben Olson. Well, let's delete this so that we can show you again how I'm doing this. I have a Cygwin terminal pulled up on my PC, and I have a project here, a final project for a C++ course, an introductory course that was using C++ language anyway, for some college coursework. And so I'd like to compile it in Cygwin and show you what it does. I'm going to use the G++ compiler here. So it gives me a message which to me indicates that the compiler is there and usable. So first of all, actually what I need to do is change the directory to this directory. If I copy and paste it, I guess I could have done shift insert too, but I like the mouse. Okay, so whoops, I didn't want to do that. Whatever that did. Okay, yeah. So I'm in that directory with those files listed, and here they are. And so now let's compile. We'll just do a really simple compile. Final project.cpp, and name the output executable parser, because what this program does is it takes a file, basically it is a text file, but it's a text file in the Docuwiki syntax. So if we look at one of these files, it shows you an example. Here I have the code for the final project. Here is the file that I just opened up from the directory. It has a title. These equal signs on either side of the text in the middle are Docuwiki syntax, and these brackets on either end of this picture directory, as well as the colons instead of slashes to indicate subdirectories, that's also Docuwiki syntax. So in this file, the data that this file represents is a story called The Flood, and it has, we can call it The Flood. It has picture text pairs. Here's a pair of pictures and then text that goes along with the pictures. So there are 3 picture text pairs, followed by a footer at the very bottom of the file. I'm going to leave that here because I'll go back to that. So with that in mind, let's give it a run. We want to convert that story to Json. So we compile it. It compiled fine, and there it is, parser. The parser executable, which we can run as such. Parser in the terminal. Let's see what that does. Well, we didn't give it any arguments, so it tells us how to use it. It says the usage is to type in the name of the executable followed by 1 or more text files. So, and then it goes on to explain that some other requirements. The text files must be in this format, which we can see that this one, this text file follows the expected format for the input files. Let's run it again and give it the input file, which if we look in the directory that the executable lies, we can choose one of the files in there. Let's choose that file that we've been looking at. .text, And what it should do is, once I run the program, it should spit out a JSON file. It'll read in this text file, and it'll do some stuff and spit out the same data, but in the resulting file is going to be a JSON. The syntax is going to be JSON syntax. So back in the terminal, we run it, and it only took a split second to parse that file. Oh, wait a minute, we've got an error. Current file syntax. So if we go back here, lo and behold, we need to have the end brackets there. So just showing you that the program can catch the syntax errors. It tried to parse it, but it wasn't able to because there was a syntax error in the file. Let's try that again, and I'm going to pull up the directory so you can see what's going on. It should spit out the JSON file in this folder after I run it. So let's run it again and see if it works. Yay, it did. And there is the JSON file. So back in the terminal, it tells you that it successfully created that file. And it asks you, well, this was to fulfill a course requirement for the final project. I didn't actually need to do the convert from binary to an integer. But here I've got a function that says the name of the function is binary to int. So it takes a string and checks the string to see if it is a digit. Make sure that the digit only contains zeros and ones, because it should be a binary number that you're inputting. So it should be only zeros and ones. And if that check passes, then this code is not run, which means it will continue to take that input, or take that argument, the string input, to the function, and here it will convert it to its integer equivalent. So if we go back here into the terminal, we can see that it's asking us if we'd like to view the contents of the JSON file that we just created. That binary stuff was kind of a rabbit trail, but back to the JSON stuff. So let's say let's say Y, which means yes, we do want to see what's in that JSON file, and so it should spit back to us the contents of the JSON file right here. And if we open up in Notepad++, which I like to use here on a PC, we can see this was the input file, and here's the output file that the program created. The text stays the same, but it's just, you can see it's the same text. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, it is the same text, but it's just formatted differently as JSON. Docuwiki to JSON parser. There you have it. You can also input. You can do more than one file at a time. What it will do is, as long as there are no errors, it'll do it file by file. It'll try to parse one file. If there's no errors, it'll do like this. It'll create the file in the same directory. Let's delete this and do it over again. Let's try 2 files. But let's, how about we open up this one and introduce an error. We're not worried about keeping a file in the editor that's not there anymore. So here we have the creation. Let's take one of the equal signs out. So it doesn't have the correct number of equal signs on this side. According to the Docuwiki syntax that I want to use to indicate the title. So the flood has no syntax errors, but if we want to attempt converting the file named o1-the-creation.txt, I'll pull this up again, you will see that it will successfully create the flood .json, but not the creation. And in the terminal, it should show you what's going on too. So it says that it was parsing the flood story and that it successfully did so. But then when it tried to parse the creation Docuwiki, it said that in this current file there was a syntax error. So indeed it did catch the fact that we need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal signs on that side, on the right side. Let's try it again, just for sake of illustration to show you that now it should work. Okay, successfully created the first one, successfully created the second one. So both of them should show up there, and there they are. All right. Thank you for watching this.